Welcome to LiftoffPM. I'm Kevin Wei, a senior product manager, and my hope is that this channel will be your go-to resource for PM interview prep and landing your dream job. Today, we'll be walking you through how to land an associate product manager or APM role at Duolingo, and this content's all based on advice from a LiftoffPM student who aced their interviews. They preferred not to be on camera, but they sent us some notes, so we're going to cover them in this video. But first, I want to share with you that we've got free lessons to get you started in your prep journey, like our videos on how to answer metrics questions and how to answer trade-offs questions. And if you're serious about acing your interviews and you want to level up, that's where our paid course comes in. You can check it out by clicking the join button on any of our free videos. It's got everything you need to ace your PM interviews, from product sense to execution to strategy, and even those tricky behavioral questions. I'm a PM interview coach, and I've helped over 90 people land their dream PM role, and the strategies and lessons in this paid course is the exact same as those shared in private paid sessions. People will pay $1,000 or $2,000 to book the number of private sessions needed to get all of these insights, and with our course, we share with you all the same knowledge for less than the price you'd otherwise pay for one coaching session. That's a pretty good deal. And we just added to our expert tier 11 brand new videos specifically for Amazon behavioral interviews. They're packed with real life answers and examples to inspire how you respond to behavioral questions. And these questions are gold for any behavioral round, not just Amazon's. How you perform in behavioral rounds often dictate the level that you get, so don't underestimate them. All right, enough about the course. Let's get into the video. Part 1. What skills are most important to Duolingo? Emphasis on design skills. Duolingo emphasizes design skills because it's a consumer product heavily rooted in delighting its users. The whole point is that it's fun and easy. PMs at Duolingo will work mostly with designers, so UX and mainly mobile. Prototyping knowledge is also a requirement, which is a unique trait compared to some other companies like Google, where it might be considered a nice to have. High growth stage. Since Duolingo is still a high growth stage company, the team's pretty small, so the product style is more like that of a startup. It moves and ships fast. A/B testing is also a key part of the product decision-making process, so it's really important to have the basics down here and be able to answer those analytical and execution questions. Part 2. What resources should I use to prepare for Duolingo interviews? So there aren't many resources about Duolingo interviews because there's a really strict NDA. And like we said, there are very few PMs at this company. So that means that the PM hiring pipeline is much smaller than that of large tech companies. However, there are a few resources you should use to really stand out in your Duolingo APM interviews. The Duolingo blog. Here there are articles introducing reasoning behind lots of product decisions, both good and bad, that Duolingo has made. How Duolingo PMs conduct A/B testing. This is a must read. This explains product terms like dog fooding. The Duolingo investor page. This is a key page to identify its product direction and priorities. Here they're literally telling you what's important to them. And for public companies, you should not really have to deduce or guess priorities. For example, monetization is a big emphasis, and you can cite this resource when you're going through trade-offs questions. Duolingo career site. Here, there's a Meet a Duo section. It's written by current employees explaining the Duolingo culture. And when you get asked, why Duolingo, feel free to maybe cite some of the points that you see here, any that resonate with you. DuoCon. So there's DuoCon videos from DuoCon on their YouTube channel. You can check it out, understand the new products being released, be up to date, and better understand what their current priorities are. There's also a Duolingo info session. You're going to need to sign up for this, so make sure you follow the Duolingo company and recruiter LinkedIn pages, but they give a full rundown of how they conduct A/B testing and an intro into how they release products from ideation to release. And this will really help you understand what they're looking for in an interview and on the job. First 1000. So this is a blog written by a current Duolingo PM explaining UI and UX principles. And you can definitely maybe integrate a lot of the concepts and design rules here in your interviews. Part 3. Application and interview process. Application form. So here there's a why Duolingo question, and our LiftoffPM student said that they remembered a LinkedIn post by HR that emphasized that this component was really key for giving out interviews. So they spent a lot of time writing it. Some ideas from our students include how heavy of a user you are of Duolingo, how your background fits Duolingo, maybe some directions you would improve the Duolingo app if you became a PM, the take-home assignment. So in your application process, there's going to be a take-home assignment. It's a design and product task. And from all the research resources that we mentioned, this is a key task that you can use to showcase your understanding of A/B testing, UI, UX, and product metrics. The key here really is to go above and beyond. Don't treat it like a school assignment, but approach it like a real PM would and share it with your teammates, get some feedback. The LiftoffPM student went the extra mile and conducted their own user interviews, did data-backed market research, created high-fidelity prototypes, and mapped out a development plan. Interviews. So the interview process consists of 4 rounds, 2 analysis, 1 strategy, and 1 design. Duolingo provides detailed instructions for each round, so you can read those carefully to prepare. And unlike other companies, Duolingo's interviews are highly interactive. They're really similar to real work discussions with PMs and designers. So don't just answer questions, but be prepared to discuss with the interviewer. Again, read through all the blogs to really understand how Duolingo makes product decisions. Part 4, general APM advice. So to close out our video, we often get asked, what are some general advice that you might give people prepping for APM interviews? And we asked our student this, and they gave us some answers. So we're not going to say them verbatim, but we'll share them on the screen here instead of reading them out loud. So, what resources worked for you and how did you practice? And there you have it, the APM process for Duolingo. Good luck with any upcoming interviews you might have. And if you want to unlock the LiftoffPM paid course that has helped over 90 people land their dream PM roles in FAANG and top startups, click the join button below. You can either try one paid course or access the full course through YouTube memberships. There are a lot of courses on the internet, many of which contain outdated or mediocre advice. The LiftoffPM course has the latest topics and the most important strategies so that you can stay focused on what works. And as always, we have lots of free videos on our channel, so be sure to subscribe to stay tuned for any future ones that we make. We'll see you in our next video.